Have you ever played a video game so much that you wanted to kick someone's at it? Like, not a competitive game, like a fighting game or a shooting game, but like, hey, I'm really good at this single player game. I'm gonna kick your ass at it. Is that just me? Well, it's probably not, because I've seen so many things like randomizer races, races in general. You could like speedrun race people at games that were never meant to be competitive at all. Yeah, so I really like Gunfire Reborn. It's a roguelike first-person shooter. If you've played Borderlands before, imagine if that was like crushed with Risk of Rain 2, and you pretty much got the idea. But I wanted to make it so that it wasn't just a PvE experience, but there's nothing built into the game to do that, so I came up with this brilliant idea called Gunfire Damage Races. So sit down, take a knee, whatever. I got a story to tell you, and hopefully we learned something along the way here today. See, the thing is, when you play the game, throughout the entire run, and at the end, you can see how much damage you did compared to your friends. And I always thought, hey, it'd be pretty good to have a competition where you see who can get the most damage by the end of the run. But every time I try to get the ball rolling on this, I found the big problem is that nobody in my friend circle is as invested in Gunfire Reborn as I am. So I shelved the idea, put it away, and saved it for another time. Well, after years of waiting, I sent invites out to dozens of people, and thankfully had like 8 people respond to it saying they'd be down. Set a date, got everything organized, and thought, you know what? This is gonna be great. It could have gone better. Let me try to explain how this works. So obviously the winner is going to be the person that did the most damage by the end of the run. However, the run could end either in them finishing the game or if both players are dead. However, the winner can be declared if the person who's losing dies, because then they can't catch up to damage anyway. And that's pretty much the gist of it. After that, you have to kind of play the game to know why I banned a couple characters. And there's no spectator mode, so the way that I got into the game in order to watch them was to be the third player and to instantly die. And there was one situation where that didn't work out. All right, do not move, do not shoot until I say go. Go! Okay, never mind. Stop it. Outside of that one problem, the rest of the plan seemed to work fine. What didn't really work fine was my pairings. You see, just looking at people's account level and the difficulty they last completed, I thought I would get people of similar skill level. Well, considering how things went with the first races, I immediately knew I was in trouble. Go! So it looks like starting out, Ina's got a tiny bit of a lead. Not a whole lot. These are our lowest time in-game players. Oh, she just took a hit from the plasma. She's getting backed into a corner. Meanwhile, oh, she can res. You can use your revive. You can use your revive.
I actually don't have enough spirit coins.
Oh no.
When I was practicing, I used too many.
So we obviously ran into a couple problems right off rip. First of all, Spoonie used all of her currency in practice runs before the race to get warmed up, but you need that currency in order to revive yourself once per run. And there's no way to get more of that without doing some runs to bank it up. So I had to make some changes to the rules on the fly. On top of that, the time for the run was only at like 2 minutes when we had our first loss. That ended up becoming kind of a trend. Okay, I've got an idea. We're gonna get rid of reincarnation so that there's no things for purchasing with soul essence. This also puts it on a lower difficulty, and go! Oh no, Spoonie is taking a lot of damage from those traps. So we're gonna see. Now, how much does, oh no, Spoonie already went down again. And I guess she does not have enough for the pickup.
I feel really bad about this. I thought I was better at this game.
This was going to be the matchup that was coming in on the lowest difficulty. So I imagine this was where we were going to get the highest level of variance. All right, race number 3 of our the featherweight class. I'm dead. Go, 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 go. All right. As soon as I die, I can start looking around at stuff. So Aina took a Viper sight, and Spoonie's already gone down.
I really am so sorry about this. First room, how?
Yeah, so the first set of races didn't go exactly as planned. They were over pretty fast, but it's fine because we can move on to the next match, which was supposed to be this like exhibition match between me and somebody else that put a lot of hours into the game and had a maxed out account. But they were a no call, no show. So we moved on. We decided to just push forward and go to the next set of races between Hawu and Moose. And with that, our competitors are going to rush up here. I think Momo is a strong choice. A lot of survivability while in this form. He's also going to be able to get the Vault Scroll all in less than the 30 seconds for the timer. That is a great play. He was able to get himself a normal ammo. Now that's going to be really great for him if he's able to grab something like a double hippo setup. Really anything. Oh, Hawu has already gone down. He's going to have to pick himself up. Oh, Moose picked him up. Okay, Hawu has gone down. Moose! Guys. Hawu, you did have a revive and you just were letting yourself die.
Wait, I'm allowed to use it?
Yeah.
Oops.
So, in the spirit of competition and I guess like good sportsmanship or maybe just realizing we're trying to put on a show here, Moose decided to pick Hawu up off the ground. And this ended up setting a precedence throughout the races for the rest of the day where our competitors would start picking each other up in Act 1 to make sure that the runs kind of got anywhere before falling apart. Boys, could one of you hit me, please? Go! 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 Hawu has already gone down. That is not good. He needs to not be so aggro. He's gonna have to hold back. Oh, he's playing dangerously. I don't think Hawu needs to be running that deep into the room. No! The bombers! He's stuck in the bombers! But they weren't aggroed on him, so it all worked out. Oh, that one's gonna bust on him. He's so close. He's so close to dying. That's a trap! That's a trap! That is the race. Oh, never mind. I guess we're continuing. Let's see how he handles the lasers. Oh, nice dodge. He didn't take any damage from that. Let's see how Hawu's doing. He's chucking grenades. Ink form does its job. Fists on Hawu again. Takes another from the right. Oh no! Hawu gets slammed down. Moose, knowing the rules, or not, never mind, thought he was going to let him get revived by the boss and just take the damage, but that's fine. Hawu is taking more damage. Oh, another boulder. Will that one hold out? Well, for the first time all day, we finally had a run that made it past the Act 1 boss and into Act 2. And that was due in no small part by Moose's selflessness in picking up his competitor. Now, it was always my intention to have a bit of a break in between the acts so that the competitors could get a little water, get a little rested, make sure that their brain's working right. And I would take that time to interview them so that I can get a little more information. See, from the spectator's point of view, I don't get to see everything, like their choices on level up or if they took special missions from a certain NPC. So this would give me time to get a little more info and also maybe to hype them up or give them a little bit of information. How are you feeling going into Act 2?
Well, I hope it will go better. If ideally I would get something that gives me health regeneration on the hitting stuff or killing stuff.
You have justices in your hand. Are you planning on running those justices till the end, or were you planning on
Yes.
switching off of that?
I will upgrade them, I will get extra lines on them, but ideally I get better ones of them dropped.
And Moose, notice that you took counter violence. Are you just trying to hedge your bets on weapons, or are you trying to transition into a weapon build?
I think I kind of just grabbed it without thinking that may have been a maybe.
Did you think you would
perhaps.
get crits on your skill damage?
Maybe.
Understood. Well, as it stands, right now at the end of Act 1, we have Hawu with 2,400,000 damage and Moose with 5,500,000 damage. All right, the competitors are back at it again. We have a crafty man over there, which it looks like Hawu was able to take advantage of. He's already got his justice up to 10. He's got to be careful. He is falling behind while Moose runs ahead and gets some more free damage out. Uncontested. Hawu has gone down again. I don't know if Moose is going to be able to save him without going down himself. This could be the end of the run. Yeah.
Oh, GG. I wanted to try reviving you as well since you helped me a lot, but sadly I didn't manage to do it.
Yeah.
It was a very good game.
Well, I got to admit, it was pretty nice to have a run get that far. It let me kind of flex my commentary chops. I was able to talk about some of the player choices along the way, the weapons, the scrolls, the power-ups that they did, some of the strategies they were employing, and being able to interview the players was a nice little touch, I thought. It just was a bit of a shame that it had to come off of the back of one of the competitors having to sacrifice the win in order to make the show go on. While it kind of felt like a bit of a hollow victory, it kind of gave me a glimmer of hope about what this could be. And I was able to carry those positive feelings with me into the last set of races that were slated for the day between Luthi and Misha. They were both on the lower end of the skill pool, but I know that Misha's played the game a lot, and Luthi has a very competitive streak in her, so I figured it'd be pretty good. And I was mighty surprised with the results. Go! So both of these racers have weapons that are playing into their blessings very well. It looks like somebody took a mission from above to have respawning enemies. Oh no! Luthi's stuck in the corner! Oh, she's barely able to jump out of that, but Misha almost takes a dive herself. And she did. She does have a revive. She's going to use it. But it looks like the longbowmen in the back have pinned them both in the corner. They are still keeping it very close though. Misha at 1.5 million and Luthi at 1.7. This may be the closest race we've seen today. It says I have lost connection to server again.
It says that same thing to me, and it has me reloading as well.
That's very strange, but I seem to be back in.
Now I can.
Okay, then back on. All right, they're gonna have to deal with the bomber wave. Oh, now that they're in their face. Oh, Luthi's taking a lot. Luthi took a hit from the shock bomber. Now this is... Oh, Luthi had a revive? Did she have a scroll for that? My UI might be messed up from the DC. It looks like... Oh, now Misha's gone down. Now, per the rule... Oh.
I have no idea what happened there. On my screen, I wasn't even in the circle.
I'm so confused.
There was a massive amount of lag there. So, I'm not sure what happened there. Yep, so what was shaping up to be probably the best race we had all day got thwarted by connectivity issues. Some sort of weird server thing that caused desyncing. No fucking clue, but I was really upset by it. And I just was like, well, look, it's a pretty good matchup. Honestly, a great matchup. So let's just get them back into another race again and let's get this going. And just watch. Nope. See this guy? You're ruining for me. I will kill you to stop you from hurting my competitors. My shield is recharging. Sir, kill me. There, go. It looks like both of them went with Painkiller. I mentioned Elemental. I hope she doesn't believe, because Lynn has frost damage, that's Elemental. That's just flavoring in this game. Again, things are staying pretty even here. Misha's got a slight lead, but I'm sure that has everything to do with her actually being able to take advantage of the Painkiller bonus. A wave room is nice. We get to see both of our competitors side by side. Let's come over here and watch as Luthi dives into the back lines. A risky play when bombers are dropping in, but she remains unpunished and therefore seems like a good strategy. It looks like they're both going to opt for the vault. It is the platforming challenge. Neither one of them has switched. Ooh, Luthi takes 2 boulders to the face. Knowing that she has a child, it's not the first time that she's had to bear the weight of balls on her. There she goes. She's showing her the extra scroll, and Luthi's going to end up with a flame shard. Still a very close race. We're only within 400,000 damage of each other, so we're going to see another run potentially come down to the Act 1 boss fight. Oh, a penetration bullet for Luthi is absolutely amazing. And a spirit feline for Misha. Both of them walking away from that vault with legendary rolls in their pocket. They gotta be feeling good about that. So let's see. With the Golem having 1,000,000 damage on his own, this could easily lead to anyone getting doubled up. No, Luthi takes the laser to the face. Oh, she got a little greedy poking out before it was done. However, as long as the boss is killed, anyone will be revived here. All right, and the boss is dead. All right. Chill out. The race is on pause. Go ahead and grab any weapons, grab your goblet, scrolls, anything like that. Luthi, you took Painkiller in the beginning. Is that because of the previous round where I mentioned Painkiller? And what is the strategy that you're taking Painkiller with?
My character should do ice elemental damage, so I was hoping that just all procs off of everything, because I would always be doing Ultima.
I did mention this as part of my commentary, but just because it is flavored as ice is not actually an elemental type in the game. Misha, coming out of Act 1, you're sitting pretty at a 2.2 million damage. I noticed you went ahead and grabbed that fire tower in your secondary slot. I would imagine that is going to be your share element weapon. Is that right?
That is right. I'm also looking for something to get rid of my current primary gun, because I am not liking it.
Mute up, and we're going to start the Act 2 portion of the damage race. Kill me. This barrel, kill me. Thank you. Go. Misha's already got the level 3 evolution of her spiritual flame. That is sick. She's consistently shooting out those arrows, though. She might be able... She's bridging the gap as we speak, though. The 2 million damage lead that Misha had just before coming into this stage has been reduced down to simply 1 million. And Luthi has passed up Misha. Luthi has taken the lead. She's going to be the first one to cross the 7 million damage threshold. Luthi is pulling away with 2 million over Misha's 7 million. Holy cow, Luthi just grabbed another million off that room. This is the Elite Gathering stage. So at the end of this stage, there's going to be 4 elites that show up. And here it is. Misha runs into the room ahead, but Luthi is right behind. This is a dangerous combination. These elite lizards can do a lot of area denial. Luthi is about to push into 18. Oh my god, she skipped right past 18 million and went straight on to 19. The calling strikes are destructive. Luthi is showing us the power of Lynn. Misha has grabbed herself a flowing light, and it does have a 50% chance to shock. Luthi, on the other hand, I think is cruising at this point. Holy cow! What a fantastic finish to Act 2! You ended up grabbing yourself a Flowing Light with a 50% shock chance and a Starfly to combine those elements on. Do you feel like you were forced to pick up something else, or was that like a natural choice that you went with there?
It was a natural choice. It's not the percentages I've been wanting, but I mean, it's better than nothing. At least it's an actual combo that I've been looking for.
Luthi! There was an explosion of damage where in the wave room, you went from being 2 million behind to 2 million ahead. Do you know what it was that put you over so quickly?
So I was able to max out Frostbite Edge, and I was able to max out Sudden Frost. And then I was putting some into, and I started putting stuff into Bitterwind. I knew that my best go-to was staying away from the weak spots, because weak spots work for when I'm doing a solo run.
Look at me, shoot me. Oh, go, go, go! One shot! Luthi ended up with something really useful. Knowing now that the big spike in her damage came from useful ascensions, seeing that she got the Frost Burial specific one is going to make it really hard for Misha to make any ground up in Act 3. All right, looks like they're cleared, and oh my gosh, Luthi is already 15 million, 16 million ahead. Before I can even get the words out, she's already cleared another million off of them. All right, let's see what they grab. Ooh, an elemental power for Misha is a big grab. That is going to allow her to spread her elemental effects around. If she goes down early, Misha might be able to just pull out a win. Both of them are just wiping out packs of enemies one after another, but Luthi is going to be breaking the 100 million damage barrier here in just a moment. The Starfly is trying to get its work done. Luthi pushes into 110 million damage. We're going into the cube. This could be a good place for Misha to get a lot of damage because she has the ability to put a fire trail down on the ground. And as enemies spawn in, they will instantly die to that or at least take a lot of damage. Misha might be kicking herself a little bit for those early game reses. It is going to be the Serpent. The big snake heads will put a lot of area denial down. They'll have the little tentacles throwing at you. You gotta play jump rope over the waves, as well as dodging the multi-hit attack once it gets under half health. We do have 10 million damage. Oh my gosh! What just did all of that? Something just did an insane amount of damage. Again! Oh. And we are back. The Act 3 boss is down. Misha, coming out of Act 3. You've gotten your Starfly up to level 18, so you're starting to bridge the gap between Luthi's plus 26 Drift Shard and your own. I felt like you just held on to it for a long time before deciding to upgrade it, so I wasn't sure if you were holding out for another weapon or something.
Sort of, but like, just another Starfly.
You're sitting at 86 million damage to Luthi's 152. Is there anything you are specifically looking for to try to make this big gap close in Act 4?
Honestly, I have absolutely no idea how you can make my build any better. Low-key kinda regret helping Luthi so much at the start, but it is what it is.
Luthi, how do you feel right now?
I'm trying. Honestly, my goal every time I play this game is to just beat the previous freaking amount of damage I did before. Because every time I go downstairs to play this game, I would like do a run by myself, and then I would screenshot and send how good I did to Alanity to keep track of my progress to see if I got better.
Wait, kill me. Thank you. Go, 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 go! Misha, on the other hand, was able to get Flame Dance, which is pretty much exactly what she's looking for. Extra damage to enemies with burning. Enhancement Lover is going to allow the weapon damage gap to be bridged by Misha. Enhancement Lover lets you get as many enhancements as you need as long as you got the money for it. There are a couple ways that Misha could pull ahead here, and some of them might not be as obvious. For one, you would think it'd be the damage, but again, movement speed is massive in the damage races, especially in Act 4. Act 4 has a lot of long, narrow corridors and winding pathways instead of like wave rooms or anything that's sort of like one big room that everything fights in. But there are only 2 stages to it before the boss. If we see her take advantage of movement speed over Luthi, if she's able to get herself a propulsion device, if she's able to get an enhanced ostrich rider, something like that, Misha might be able to just pull ahead. Now she's gonna have to do some risky plays because right now it's looking like she's not gonna be able to catch up. But also if you just run by a bunch of enemies, you're leaving damage on the table all the same. So it's not an easy choice, and I don't want to be the one sitting in her boots. She's going to need to get a lot of damage done on these elites in order to make it up, but Luthi's going to be able to execute them. Ooh, she got it again. Oh, she has pulled 100 million ahead now. Luthi is already crushing it. Holy cow. Misha should be fighting during this invulnerability phase just to get more... Well, it's not invulnerability. He's recovering. During the recovery phase just to get more damage out there. Ooh. Give it up for our competitors. The first 2 to actually make it to the end of a run. It finally happened. We got to see... So the last run of the day ended up being basically the perfect thing. The run was incredibly tight. The race was good. There was a lot of interesting things that happened in it and kind of made me feel like it was all worth it. So what are my feelings at the end of this? Well, you're probably wondering why I've been sitting out here this whole time. To be honest, this place kind of reminds me of that in-between place in Super Smash Bros. Melee All-Stars where you do your recovery. It's kind of peaceful and nice. You see, you go and do a whole bunch of fights and deal with that intensity, and then you have that little wind down area with the chill music and recover a little bit before going into the next one. And after reviewing this footage and looking at the races and the competitors, despite the technical issues and despite my doubts and everything else, it was obvious that everyone was having a great time, including myself. And it didn't need to be these fantastic, perfect races in order for us to have a laugh and to enjoy each other's company. And I think that's what really matters. Did I need to make like a super successful esport? Did this need to become something that would take the world by storm? Nah. I do hope I get to do it again. I know I want to have like redemption races for the people that died early, and maybe like a tournament format for the ones that already won. Now obviously, if you got this far in the video, I gotta ask you to subscribe and like and leave comments down there. Especially if you're interested in participating in these races. I want to know if anyone out there would want to do something like this. Maybe I'll set up like a Google Sheet form thing that people can fill out, but you know, give me an idea if this is something that you want to participate in, and we'll work on the format and stuff like that. But until I get all of that sorted, and until the next video, remember to take care of yourself and take care of those around you. Bye-bye.